Hello and welcome to my channel. It's me, Mish, the Dorky Reader, and today is my December TBR video. It's the very last TBR jar pull for the year of 2025, and it was my very first year as a YouTuber where I got to talk about books. So yay! I'm excited that I've made it this far. I don't usually stick things out. I have really bad ADHD, so for me this is a pretty big milestone. So my plan for today is to pull 12 prompts for the month of December. So I have 12 books to choose from throughout, and I'm excited, and my kids are here and they're probably gonna help pull some of the prompts again. And I guess let's just get started then. All right, so for the very first prompt, Heidi, would you be the first puller? I think she's coming. What? Oh, you have stuff in your hands?
Yes.
Oh, food in your hands. Well, you can use your other hand. Well, one fell.
Offering from the table.
Okay. You try not to make too much of a mess. All right, there we go. And
I'm from this field race.
this one? Okay. The prompt says, the most read or least read book on Goodreads TBR. That's going to take me a while to explore and find out what that is, so give me a moment. Alright, I'm back, and I have of the books I own, like that are in my possession, the most rated or most read book on Goodreads I have that I haven't read is The Giver by Lois Lowry. I know this is a really famous book and a lot of people taught it in school, and they probably taught it in my school, but I was a bad student and I skipped out of class quite a bit when I was younger, so I probably didn't do my homework. So I have The Giver here, and I think this might be the option. The other one I have is the least rated or least read book I have, and I have Echo Nova by Clint Hall. The ratings, let me see what each one's rated, even though they're different. So for The Giver, it's a 4.12, 2, and for the other one, let's see what the rating is. It's a 4.09, so not that much of a difference in the rating. However, the amount of people who've read this book and rated it is significantly more. This one has only been reviewed by 122 different people. So I believe this one involves time travel, and this one is kind of like a dystopian, kind of like, isn't it like where books are gone or something? I don't remember what it is. Like everybody is the same, or everybody is something. Yeah, everyone is the same except Jonas. I feel like I'm in the mood for this. Also, I'm in the mood for shorter books because I'm really behind on my TBR count for the year. I wanted to make 60, and at where I'm standing, I'm gonna have to read like 9 books next month, and that's gonna be rough. So we're gonna start. My very first book of December is The Giver by Lois Lowry. All right, next prompt. I'm gonna press pause so I can summon a child. All right, I've got Emma here, and she's gonna pull for me one of my prompts.
Actually, my dragon is.
Your dragon is? Pick a good one. Ooh, it's green. Ooh, all right, thanks, dragon. It says, a science fiction book. Yay! I think I know exactly what I want. I just have to find it. All right, I'm back. And in the same vein of a short book that I want to read in the month of December, I have book 2 in the Murderbot Diaries, Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. I've been really wanting to continue with the series. I really enjoyed book 1. Murderbot is such a delightful character, and this totally my style of humor, this kind of weird, like, I don't know. It's just a really nice, dark, but not that dark humor. I don't know, it's just funny. It's a funny book, but it's also got lots of action. At least book 1 did, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. So that's book 2 out of 12, mind you. So I've got 10 more to go. This is nuts. All right, Odin, dun, dun, it's my son. That was a good shot. The prompt is, One fell. This one? Okay. This one says, a book that matches the vibes of the last song you listened to. Ooh, okay, I've got to think about this. I think the last song I listened to was Do It by Stray Kids because it's their newest song and I've been playing it a lot. Do it, do it, do it. So let me think if I can think of something that kind of fits that vibe. I'm going, let me see here. If I'm thinking of that song, it's kind of sexy. It's kind of like a little bit reggaeton, so maybe a little bit Spanish sounding almost with its vibes. Oh, what can I do? Okay, I'm gonna think about it and bring a few books that might fit. Yay, it worked. It wasn't working for a second there, but I brought 2 books that I don't know if they really fit the vibe of the song. There's one line in the song that says, do whatever you want to do. I guarantee that it's the best for you. And that made me feel like this book here, Passion Project by London Sperry. Apparently it's about someone who is kind of like feeling like they have lost their passion in life. They don't know what to do. And so she's kind of like on this mission with this guy that she met for a date that she's not ready to date yet, to kind of just kind of connect with herself and find her passion again. And I feel like that kind of fits the vibe of the song. The other thing is because I thought, okay, well, it's kind of like got a reggaeton kind of like feel to it, maybe something like Hispanic or Mexican feeling. And so I know I tried to read this early this month. Well, I didn't try to read it, but it was on my TBR and I never got to it. And that's Mexican Gothic by Silvia Morena Garcia. And I've heard great things about this author. I don't know specifically about this book, but that is also an option. So both sound pretty good to me. I'm not always in the mood for a non-fantasy book. However, I might be able to squeeze one in. And if I did, do I want something very contemporary or a historical kind of feeling? That's really what it's boiling down to. I feel like do what you want to do. I'm gonna go with Passion Project this time around. I feel like that might fit the song specifically just a little bit better. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, Passion Project by London Sperry. And it was a Book of the Month book, which is good because I need to dwindle those down. But I guess, oh, this one was also a Book of the Month, so. But I didn't specifically order, I found it in like a free library, so. Eventually I'll read it. If I don't like it, I can bring it back. All right, next prompt. This one's gonna be from me. So there we go. I'm going to grab, what color do I wanna grab? Yellow, red? Or I'm just gonna close my eyes and let the fates decide. The fates decide this yellow piece of paper, and it says, a book with people on the cover. Well, that's pretty generic, and a lot of books have people on the cover, so I'm gonna grab a couple and show you. Phew. All right, so I grabbed several books, and it's gonna be a really hard choice for me today. I have 3, actually all 4 of these are like continuations of series, either a sequel or one is like this, and I'll show this one. Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. I believe it's 9 or so, yeah, 9 stories, 5 of which have never been published, set in the Lunar Chronicles world about the people in the world. I do own this book and I wanted to read it while it's still fresh in my mind since I had not that long ago finished the Lunar Chronicles, so this would be a really good option for me. It's called Stars Above, a Lunar Chronicles collection, and it does seem to have a picture of Cinder on the cover with probably her prince right there. So that is a good option for me. I also have Wondersmith, The Calling of Mulligan Crow. This is book 2 in the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend, the first book of which I read many years ago. It was very cute. I really enjoyed the world building. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite middle grade of all time. However, it was a fun, fast read, and I am curious to keep going. Like, I'm still holding on to it. Like, there's other books I've just been like, all right, I'm just gonna not finish, but Nevermore is good enough, I feel like, to continue with eventually. And it's a middle grade, so that'll be a faster read. Though this is a chunky one, it's still, like I said, the level makes a difference. Then I have here the Whisperwicks, The Impossible Trials of Benjamin Creek. This is book 2, and so it might be a little bit of a spoiler that I did end up reading the first one, The Labyrinth of Lost and Found, this last November, and I thought it was a really great book. I'll go more into that later on my book review, like recap video. But so yeah, I have book 2 right here, and it's very fresh in my mind, so that would still be a good option for me. It is kind of a creepier feeling, so maybe I don't know if I want that around Christmas as much. And the 4th book is one I've been putting off forever because this particular book series is my favorite. The very first 3 are probably one of my favorite 3 books of all time, and that is from the Tiffany Aching series by Terry Pratchett. And the 4th book is called I Shall Wear Midnight, and as you can see, there are 2 people on the cover here as well. I know I will love this book, but I'm just like, if I read it, does that mean it's over? I'm nervous to read it because I don't want it to end. So what I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna weed out the Whisperwicks book, and I'll save that for a different date. And I think I'm also gonna not choose this one this month. And I'm gonna instead pick between these 2. One, because this is kind of fresh in my mind and I do wanna continue with the series that way. And this one because it's special. I think I'm gonna choose I Shall Wear Midnight because you never know what's gonna happen in life, and if I don't make it to the end before finishing this, or wait, I'm screwing up my words. Let's just say I die tomorrow, I'll be very sad that I never got to finish this lovely series. So I'm gonna read I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett. There'll be one more after that. What am I gonna do? Okay, Heidi! Heidi! Hold on. All right, here's Heidi. She's gonna draw, and fastly, because she's crazy. Whoa! Okay. Oh, hey, guess what?
What?
It's Heidi chooses between 3 options. So I'm gonna go pick 3 books, and then you have to pick one of the 3 books. Ah, there we go. All right, so I have chosen 3 books. One is Mary Lou's Red City. I also have The Apothecary Diaries, book 1 by Natsu Hyuga. And then I have Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. So Heidi is gonna come here and she has to show me or point to which one it is. She's looking at them, or is that the one you chose? That's the one you chose?
Yes.
All right, I get The Apothecary Diaries by Natsu Hyuga. And I believe that a YouTuber, booktuber I watch frequently, she's been reading these and she's been reading about them. And so I am interested in picking up this storyline. So I'm excited. I'm glad she picked this one actually. I think this will be really fun. Okay, so that's the first 5 books down. All right, Emma, here we go. Let's see what she gets.
When I'm very
Okay, very bottom, and it's yellow, and it says book number 3 in a series, and you couldn't have picked, I have to blur you out, a more perfect choice, because the book I want to read most next month of all the books is Night of the Dragon by Julie Kagawa. I've been reading this series and I am obsessed. All right, Odin, your choice. That was like right here waiting for the right prompt, so I'm glad she chose that. All right, let's see what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
A book with a cover that is 1000% cringe.
Is that what it says?
No.
What's it say? Oh, just a book with a cringe cover. Okay, I think
LOL.
Okay. All right, so I don't know what you guys define as cringe, but for me, I have a few different options. I have Maggie Stiefvater's The Raven Boys, and I've heard good things about the book, but on the cover, there's like these 4 angsty teenage guys looking really cringy right there. And I have this kind of old school fantasy book by Lynn Curland. And I read a book much later on in the series with a different couple as the main pairing, and I really loved it. So I said, instead of continuing on with it, I'm going to go backwards because I want to know what all these background characters and the history of this place is like. So I'm going to start on book 1, and that is this one, Star of the Morning. And then I have the Cariniad, and it's an A.K. Caggiano book, and her face, to me, I'm just sorry, there's just something a little weird about it. But this book is featuring a girl who doesn't want to be sacrificed as her village virgin and to the gods, the Olympians, and so she goes on this mission or quest to find her soulmate. And supposedly it's hilarious, like, because she's trying to lose her virginity so she doesn't get killed, but it's like just kind of like a really funny, weird version of doing that. So that sounds good. And then I have Chase the Dark, which is by Annette Marie, and I really love her other works. So I am trying to find one of her new series to get into, or her older series to get into, and see if I love it too. And I believe this one, let's see here, she's an incubus, and I'm not exactly sure. She's slaying demons or taming demons, or what is she doing? I don't even know. I'd have to get into it. But honestly, this was the least likely of the 4 for me to choose. I'm also going to not read the Raven Boys this month. I don't know if I'm feeling it. The cover is ruining it for me. Maybe I need to find a better covered version so that I can enjoy it, because people say it's really good. And then I have these two. Do I want a comedy that's probably a little scandalous, or do I want to start this kind of old school fantasy romance, Star of the Morning? I think I'm going to go old school and go with Star of the Morning. It's starting another series, which I probably shouldn't do, but I've been wanting to, and I know I bought this for a reason, so I might as well hop in. All right, next is me. I'm going to choose. That's how many so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I will make this 8. Here we go. I chose a new book. Ooh, that's exciting. I have lots of new books. Shamefully, way too many new books. I'm feeling like I could go with the easiest one because it's right here, and it's a short story, kind of illustrated book that doesn't have like too much in the way of writing. But I bought this at a local new bookstore that popped up called Fable Realm, and it was really cute. They didn't have a huge selection of books, but they did have very specific kind of fairy tale type books. And this one's called Der Katzenprinz and Other Semnian Tales, and it has like, I think 3 fairy tales included that are illustrated in this really lovely way. And I think that would be the newest book I own, and it would be an easy one to mark off my list for the month of December. So I'm gonna go with that. Make it easy. Though there's all these books I really want to read, and right now all the ones I have on the list, there are a couple that I've been excited about, but I think I should treat myself to one nice chunky book next or something. Okay, I'm gonna call my kids in and they can give me their final selection. Here is Heidi. Okay, in she goes. Ah! Oh my God. That one? Wait, which one? That one. Okay, this one says, a middle grade. That would make Heidi happy. She loves that when I read middle grades because that's her favorite kind of book. So for a middle grade, I'll be right back. I just banged my knee on the table. Ow. Okay, well, for middle grade, I'm going to choose between these 2 books, which I had previously brought up, the Whisperwick sequel or the Wondersmith by the Nevermore series. And I did just read this, so it is more fresh in my mind. However, I feel like I want to continue this story more. It was a little bit better in some ways. This one is creepy and good, but I feel like this one just might have what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go with The Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow by, is it Jessica Townsend? Yeah, Jessica Townsend. All right, that's my middle grade. All right, here comes Emma. She's running. Don't trip on everything. There you go. Oh, she's cute. You look like a monkey, like you're a wild girl. All right, here we go. What is this one?
Bra. Bra, 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 bra.
Why? Why me? Why a classic? You know what? There is a classic I want to read. All right, I'm gonna get it. And I'm going to be reading the Little Women book by Louise May Alcott. I haven't read this in forever. I read it as a kid in elementary school, and I remember loving it then. And I remember Joe, I think Joe is my favorite of the sisters. But now that I'm older and I could reread it, I wonder if my opinion would be the same. I wonder what my perspective would be on this. Also, there's been several adaptations of this book that I haven't seen in film yet, and it would be kind of nice to watch one over the holidays. It is a very kind of like holiday feeling book, isn't it? So Little Women would be a good option, I think so. That did make my stack gigantic though, because my edition is really thick looking. I don't know if it'll fit upright on my shelf. I'll have to do something. All right, so that means I need Odin. Odin! Emma chose a classic. It's like the worst prompt ever, so I'm counting on you, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's not throw them all over the floor. There we go. That one?
Would rather no books or a book or a blonde hold. A blonde protagonist.
Oh, where the main character has blonde hair. Okay. I will see what I can find.
Bye-bye.
All right, so I'm back. There weren't, it was hard for me to like Google which books have blonde-haired characters. It was really tricky. I do have, The Alchemy of Secrets, which I didn't end up reading in, was it October? And I think based on the cover, and I think what I've heard is that the main character is a blonde woman. So I could try this one again. They also have, I did look at fan art and the main characters, and the girl in this one is blonde, and it's The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. This one is a bit chunkier, but I am curious if I'm gonna like this one. I've heard good things from some booktubers, and I almost burped right there. And some things that are a little like, well, maybe this won't be for me based on what this feeling is like. However, I'm willing to give this one a try. And then I of course have, again, The Cariniad, which is the comedy by A.K. Caggiano involving the Greek gods and a girl who's trying to find her soulmate. I feel like this one is shorter, which is really helpful and probably hilarious. I have some really big ones, The Little Women on there, and some other ones, so I'm not sure if I want to. I'm gonna skip out on Alchemy of Secrets because I don't know if I'm feeling that right now. But I am torn between these two. This one is just so much bigger, and I know I'm trying to squeeze in like 9 books if I can. But maybe I should just give up on that number of 60 and instead enjoy more quality books, and that might make me have a better reading month. That's true. However, this could be really funny, and I feel like I need some humor. I'm gonna go with The Cariniad by A.K. Caggiano and see if I can just laugh a little bit, because I need that in my life. All right, so I have one more book front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 books chosen for December, which is nuts. And so this is gonna be my last one, 12 for 12. And let's see what it is. Be nice to me, Jar. You've been a little bit rough with me today. Okay. A book with a castle on the cover. Don't some of these sound familiar? Am I just like, I'm having like deja vu feelings with a lot of these. Like I know I had middle grade one time. Oh well. I'm gonna see if I can find a book with a castle on the cover. Alright, I'm back and I have 4 options with me. One is The Nightblood Prince by Molly X. Chang, and it looks gorgeous. I love the cover. I believe this is going to be probably a love triangle, and it looks like, let's see what this is about. The night Faye was born, a prophecy was made, and she would one day become the empress of all empresses. Torn from her family as a child and raised in the palace to one day marry the crown prince of the most powerful empire in the land, Faye has only ever known loneliness. When the opportunity arises to seize her own destiny for the first time in her life, Faye sets out to hunt a legendary tiger, knowing it might cost her everything. What she doesn't expect is to fall under the mercy of Yi Shu, beautiful runaway prince from a rival kingdom. Blessed by the night, harboring a dangerous magic, and capable of commanding an army of deadly vampires, Yi Shu would be the key to Faye gaining more than just her freedom. Then I have Deathless, which again, I think is another stunning cover. I've had this on my TBR like a million times this year, and I've never read it, so I'm afraid to put it on again and then again not read it because that would be embarrassing. I have The City of Stardust. These are all, by the way, every last one of these is a gorgeous cover. Castles must just be like a trigger for me to be my favorite. This one sounds good on paper, but the reviews of this book online are terrible, and that does frighten me. However, it would be nice to weed out if it is bad and get rid of it, which would be sad though, because look at it. I hope it's good and that I just have different tastes than everyone. And the last one on this list is gigantic. But if I just forgo that whole, I want to read 60 books this year number thing and just go with my heart and do what I want, I have The Raven Scholar. And as you can see in the background, there seems to be some kind of castle here, and I'm totally using that. And I think I'm going to choose The Raven Scholar because everyone that's read this has absolutely loved it and really enjoyed the magic system and the world building and everything. And I just love it. And I mean, look, you've got this cool girl here and she's got magic, and you've got in the back there's this dude and he's got a tiger. I mean, animals, magic, competitions, politics, a mystery. Supposedly it has all of that. It is gigantic though, man. What a big old book. But people say it reads really fast, like you kind of go along with it. So I'm not gonna read City of Stardust, not this month. I'm afraid of choosing Deathless and not going with it. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And then I have The Nightblood Prince and The Raven Scholar. Which one do I choose? Oh, vampires in a Chinese fantasy setting, or The Raven Scholar. I'm gonna go with The Raven Scholar this month, honestly. I think that's what I want. I know I want it. So we're just gonna pretend like 60 is just an arbitrary number. Who cares if I make it to 60? I'm only at like book 51 right now in my TBR. If I don't make it through, I don't. Let me go through all the books I got and I will share them with you. This stack is insane. I say that every month, but truly when you get to 12 books, it's hard not to say, whoa, that's a lot of books. Dun, dun, dun. Oof. There they are, all 12 of them. My TBR for December. I'm excited. Okay, so the very first book I got was, well, I don't know if it was the first one or not, but okay. This was for a sci-fi, Martha Wells, Artificial Condition. And what did I choose this one for? Oh, most reviewed or least reviewed book on Goodreads, The Giver by Lois Lowry. A classic, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. A middle grade, The Calling of Morrigan Crow, book 2 in the Nevermore series. A book with a blonde protagonist. The Cariniad by A.K. Caggiano. A book with a cringe cover. Star of the Morning. I'm sorry, whoever this artist is. It's beautiful, beautifully drawn. It just kind of gives me that old romance book vibe. Okay, and it's by Lynn Kurland. The Star of the Morning. Book 1 in a huge series of, what was it called? The 9 Kingdoms. A new book, and this is the most recent book I've purchased, and it's Der Katzenprinz and Other Xenian Tales. Is there an author listed? I don't see an author listed like in a normal position, but maybe there is later, and I can, when I review it, I'll be able to remember it. Book 3 of a series, and I'm so glad I got that prompt. Night of the Dragon by Julie Kagawa. Heidi picks between 3 choices. The Apothecary Diaries by Natsu Hyuga. I'm so excited. And what was the prompt? Oh, a book with people on the cover. I Shall Wear Midnight by Terry Pratchett. My gosh, I'm gonna cry when I read that just because I don't want to finish it. A book that matches the vibes of the last song you listened to, and that would be Do It by Stray Kids. And I chose Passion Project by London Sperry. And last but not least, a book with a castle on the cover, The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. Wish me luck, guys. It's a huge TBR. I'm obviously not going to read all of those, but I hope to read several and have a good time doing it. I hope you have a good time reading your books in December, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, whatever you celebrate. And I'm tired, and we're packing for our Thanksgiving trip, and so everything is chaos in my house right now. So that's maybe why my energy level is so down, but I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to see you guys in December.